Hello and welcome to another episode of Jarmug Plays Lonely Mountains. Am I going for an accent or something? Lonely Mountains. I don't even know what that accent would fall under, but I'm sure I've offended somebody because it's 2019. Ah, he did it. Ah, okay, so we got the Geronimo. Oh man. The Pace Breakers 4 out of 6, Trailblazer 3 out of 6, and Geronimo 5 out of 8. So let's go for this Pace Breaker, shall we? Let's see if we can find the missions that unlock said thing. Pace Breaker, there we go. Zwajam. Because your kiss. Alright, so let's, we have to use the grasshopper? Oh, for the 2-minute thing. Interesting. Well, our last time was 2:54. I'm not sure if we're going to cut out 54 seconds for this, to be honest. So I kind of want to try out the javelin because I want to get better with the javelin, to be honest with you. Sorry, I'm in a sing-songy mood. It's probably a little bit too much for this series. Let me turn down the game volume a tiny bit. Yeah. I don't know where I was gonna start. It's the middle of the week. It's the middle of the week when I'm recording this, and I think probably when this comes out, I'm not sure. I'm trying not to keep that in my head at all, because then I'm like, okay, how do I make this relevant to you at your current time zone, part of the timeline that you're in? And that's not really my goal, technically speaking. You know, my goal is just to play this game and play it as enjoyably as possible, like to watch while listening to some random ramblings of a late 20-something guy. I don't know. I find it fun to record, so hopefully a lot of you guys are finding it fun to listen to sometimes. We just got done watching what was it? Booksmart. It's on Hulu for anybody that has Hulu. Booksmart is it's rated R, and it's kind of like it's a coming of age story, but like for girls and for nerds, like girl nerds maybe too. And it opens up so nicely. I don't want to spoil too much, but it's basically like if you're not looking for spoilers at all, skip the next 30 seconds. Do the little double tap. But yeah, it's basically about these two girls that are nerds, like they chose to be nerds, and then they're like essentially mad that the non-nerds, the people that partied up, are still going to basically be successful as well. You know, that's not what they were told while they were growing up. And I'm like, dude, that's what a freaking concept, dude. Like, I know so many jocks and people that pretty much people were counting on failing in life in general that are doing pretty well for themselves. You know, it's not like a, you know, the world's not as black and white as I guess people made it out to be when you were in high school, and that it kind of makes sense because people still look at the world as black and white, and it's not. You know, like I personally, I wouldn't say thrive in the gray areas of life. It's just where I end up all the time because I like how to phrase this? I like knowing the rules, and I like taking them to their limits. Blame it on my my background, I guess. on my parents being overly strict sometimes, but for the most part, letting me get away with probably too much. But then I always knew what my limits were, so maybe they knew exactly what they were doing, and here I am talking to all y'all about how to push the limits whenever possible. I don't know. It's such a bad habit to do, though. Like, if you pretty much just kind of mind your own business and like do your thing, and just like be a good person to everyone around you, kind of thing. Like golden rule, the golden rule just applies to so much in life. It probably doesn't win you everything. Like, you kind of have to use your... Oh my goodness, we're so fast in comparison to our last bike. Yeah, it's not going to win you every single thing in the world. But, like, for the most part, it's pretty safe to say that it's a good route to take. Okay, so speaking of good routes to take, can we just drop through here? Nope, that's face first. Okay, so I've got some questions here. Because I can't figure out this area here right now. I need to focus just a tiny bit. Because once you get past that 20 crashes, I'm just like, I don't know about this, guys. 2 out of 7 in the checkpoints, and I can't figure this little section out. Oh boy. Okay. Well, it's mostly because of the what's this gun called? What's this bike called? The Javelin. It's very high risk, high reward, which is fine because that's how you make history. Yeah, you don't make it by being like even important people like presidents or like just leaders of groups of people. If you're in charge while nothing's going on, you're just some guy who has his name written down in a textbook. You know, you don't have 5 pages dedicated to your life and your turmoil. And maybe you're fine with that, but I'm not. No, I mean, currently I don't want to be fine with that because I want all the bikes. And so high risk it is. Don't clip that. Oh wait, we're not live. I've thought about streaming this sometimes, and I feel like this is I'm gonna keep this one to myself. This is my game on my time. I can enjoy my way. I'm trying to think of leaders that were just like, that were literally just a name. Like a good example would be like if you look in the beginning of the New Testament in the Bible, it's just like all these names of people in the Old Testament leading up to the birth of Jesus. I'm talking about this because Christmas is coming up. And I mean, the reason why it's there is because they were so meticulous in Jewish culture. They probably still are. For family lineage, you know, they don't need your DNA samples to tell them who got married to who and who's whose child. You know, that's they've got it. Okay. Yeah, they don't need your help with that. Heritage.com. lineage.com. There's one that's like a tree, right? I don't know. This isn't sponsored by them, so why am I giving them a shout out? But you recognize a couple of those names immediately. Like Rahab. I don't know. I went straight to the harlot. I don't know why. But like you notice these things because, well, one, maybe they're the stories that you've heard the most often, but also there's names that are just more important because of the tension that's around it. You know, like if we're talking like Game of Thrones, like what happened to Cersei and Jaime's kids? Like, you don't really remember all of the deaths there, but you remember Joffrey quite a bit, don't you? And whoever the youngest one was. But there, yeah, like with the most tragedy involved, you know, the most history is made. Wow, you can quote that one. Put that in the record book. I ruined the quote by saying you can quote that. Isn't that just a weird phenomenon though? Like what if there was a presidential speech and he ended with like an insane, he or she ended with like an insane punchline at the end to like put an exclamation point on it, right? And then he's just like, yep, you can put that in your quote books, in your history books. It's gonna be known as the history books quote. And not as anything good. Yo, can we make that jump? And also, is that gonna be... That looks like it's gonna be an insane, like, time counter. And by time counter, I mean... shortcut. How did my brain take shortcut into a totally different phrase, totally different word? I have no idea. You can ask my brain. He'll be in the lobby for the next hour or so. Taking your worst questions. I don't think we can make this jump. We don't have any suspension. So. But I do have ideas for trying to get that 2-minute mark. We're at 46 seconds, section 4 out of 7. Dude. Yeah, this is possible. I believe. You know, with the stretchers finishing up, we do have something special if we haven't already done it. We have something special lined up for that game to wrap it all up in a bow. Because it's one of my best, if not the best performing series on the channel, and so I appreciate all that support. Of course, not to sound like a typical YouTuber. Oh, thank you guys for making me on top of the algorithms and yada yada. No, I understand. I understand exactly what I'm saying. You don't need to tell me twice. I'm not like the other YouTubers. I'm a cool one. I'm a cool YouTuber. With nobody. I mean, the main difference between me and like regular YouTuber is I don't get paid for this. Maybe I'm trying to make that a goal, but it's not like a main goal. just trying to keep consistent videos going, consistent flow of content for you to gobble up on your daily routines. And hopefully it makes a positive difference in your life. Hopefully I don't make your blood boil by making the same mistake over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, hitting the same rock. There we go, that's a different one. Okay, slowly getting faster. Oh my goodness, I'm trying, dude. We have to go a different way. We have to go our own way, as the late great Zac Efron said. People are gonna think he's actually dead. I should probably retract from that statement. But oh my goodness, there's so many shortcuts in this. Okay, so from here, we just want to pretty much hold down the brakes and then push right. What is this, a tutorial video at this point? I mean, it might as well be. I wonder if anybody is using this series as like a way to figure out shortcuts and stuff too. But good luck with that, man. I'm not like marking my levels at all. I'm kind of going through it in my own way, my own pace. And wow, did you see the pop in of the shadows? How dare you, game? "17 seconds cut. Are you kidding me?" We should have gone the 2-minute mark. Because we would have gotten that paint. I'm finding myself like constantly having a break though. I don't like that. But it's just because we're so fast. You see that? All greens, dude. Oh man. 203 though. We still didn't make it. And also you were on the wrong bike. So, all right, cool. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you want to watch future episodes, hit that sub button. I really appreciate all of the positivity that I'm getting on the channel. And we got our own custom URL. YouTube.com/GyroMonk works now, so feel free to use that. Hit that follow button on the Twitch channel as well, so you can see the live content. All right, cool. I'll catch you on the next one. See you. Peace.